Okay, so dear Dhamma practitioners, be comfortable yourself and relax your body. Keep your back straight, neck head straight in one line, and your right palm on your left. So gently close your eyes and bring your attention to this bell sound. And while you're focusing to the sound, mentally relax your body, relax your mind, and relax your breathing with your thoughts. So do nothing extra. Just follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully enlightened One. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, before we start our practice session, we'll take few minutes to clarify ourselves how this practice can help for us to develop our inner awareness, clarity, because it is very necessary when you come to this mental practice. First, you have to understand it very clearly, and then your practice is going to become more successful. And when it comes to the meditation, in this meditation, we mainly focus to purify our mind, cultivate our mind with the awareness. So why it is necessary? When it comes to the Buddha's teaching, so before the Buddha, even people knew this world is suffering, dukkha, or the unsatisfaction. It has a long history. People knew that. And how people knew it? Look at your own life. And when sometimes yourself, how many times you look for solutions and you look for change, and how many times yourself you want to get out of things, but still you can't. Sometimes we feel ourselves we are trapped. So like that, it happened all the time. And at the same time, some people knew that the very reason for the suffering also. So as example, when you get into something, when you attach to something, when you go behind something, you have to pay for that. People knew that. And sometimes in day-to-day life, parents say to children, don't do it, be careful, you have to pay for that. You know? And when they go out sometimes, people waiting, why? Because sometimes they're not going to come alone. When the children go out, sometimes they come with something else. So we know that always, that the reasons, sometimes for the suffering, we know the reasons. But when it comes to the Buddha, the major important part Buddha is the one who very clearly gave the method and told, you can get out of this suffering. That was a kind of like a brand new news. It's kind of like a breaking news. Because otherwise people thought, oh, this is this suffering. We belong to suffering. We have to suffer. Without suffering, there is no way. Even in the very conventional life, sometimes ordinary people think like that. So without suffering, you can't get into success. Without sacrificing, you can't get into success. And sometimes people put other people to suffer. So come from the beginning, come from the bottom, and then you will learn this way, like that. That's how sometimes when we go through hard time, we think, oh, other people also need to come through that hard time to understand what we understood. No, it is not like that. That is not the Buddha's teaching. So whatever you went through hard time and whatever you understood, whoever come behind, no need to go through that way. So somehow Buddha is the one who found out how to get out of this suffering. And then they introduced the very clear path for that. So once that recognize this very clearly, and your life become more and more and more comfortable. And finally, what you can understand out of this all the teachings, that if you capable to get into the ground reality of your own life, you're going to find the liberation. If you're capable to get into the ground level of reality, your own life. Why? Because most of things we created by our mind. Most of things we created through informations. And then what happened, that ground level of reality disconnect from us. So the liberation itself take you to that point. And that path itself called the truth. And your own reality is the truth. There's nothing else. There's no any other teaching come behind. But recognizing truth is very deep. There are two kinds of truth. Ultimate truth and the very conventional truth. Before we go to this ultimate truth, just imagine this conventional truth sometimes. It's very difficult to find. And with this, all the informations, everything around us, it's very difficult to find the truth. That the truth is more worth than the gold. And that's why it is very difficult to find. Even you can find the gold, but you can't find the truth. And sometimes we don't know what's happening around us. And sometimes we don't know what's happening with our partner, our husband, our wife, our loved ones, our friends, family members, our children, with our parents. We don't know. Just imagine, just very conventional truth. And we don't know what's happening within ourselves also. And look, at so much information around us. We watch news, but we don't know really what is happening in the other side. So if you don't know like that, if you depend on the information you gain, and sometimes you misunderstand things. So this truth is very expensive. So then in the very beginning, what you need to do, you have to tune to your inner truth. Because that is the most important part. And that is what helps you end of the day. Maybe not the whatever you know about other people or outside things. When you know about the truth regarding themselves, it makes sometimes it very disappointed you. But when you go into deeper and recognize the reality, it always make you more calm, relaxed, comfortable, and bring the joy, satisfaction. So you have to tune to little by little, to deeper your inner reality. Because whatever we tune, whatever we think, our thought has a gravity. Remember that. That gravity has the power to pull things toward it. So whatever the thoughts, good thoughts, bad thoughts, right thoughts, wrong thoughts, nice thoughts, ugly thoughts, any thoughts, it has a gravity. So remember yourself, the wisdom is one thing is that you know the gravity of your thoughts. You should know that. Otherwise, maybe you keep thinking something, suddenly, boom, something come towards you. You look, why it came to me like that? Because your thoughts. Why? Because it has a gravity to pull it towards you. So then if you try to keep holding to that thoughts and struggle with the outside to resist, it doesn't work. So that's why when it comes to our thoughts, that our very human power, from the beginning of this human life to today, we have certain power around us related to thoughts. You have to very clearly understand it. Otherwise, most of the time what happens, it start to go towards something else. And the outcome going to become more difficult. One is the power of creation. That's the beauty of the human mind. Look at around us through this history, that all these things created by human mind. So that is a power. So then you have that power. And then you have to look into yourself, what you create. Because if in case unnecessary, if you use that power to create something unprofitable, what will happen? Then yourself and other people and everybody around you going to have a very difficult time, hard time. Why? Because the mind and this power always maintained by the karma. The karma means law of nature, or it's kind of another way we can call cause and effect. That's the nice way to put causality, causation. It's not, karma is not a kind of like somebody decide something, or it doesn't have a consciousness to do this way, that way, like that. It is a pattern. So action, reaction, result pattern. So the creation has a pattern. So that's why once you start to develop things in your mind, and with your bodily, verbally, mentally actions, it becomes power. Look at this, all this consumer product, machines, technology, and little by little, how it developed. That is the power of creation. So that is one thing. So then when it comes to that, rather than use that power to outside world, you have to look into yourself, to transform yourself, to transcend, to develop yourself, how you use that power. Another one is power of maintenance. And there are some people so strong to maintain things. Our behavior, our character, and sometimes our emotions, and our deeper desires, our anger, hatred. We are so advanced to maintain that. We know how to maintain. But you have to look into yourself. You use the power of creation to build up something profitable, And at the same time, when you develop something to profitable, you have to have a strength and power to maintain it for a certain time period. Because that when you capable to maintain it, what happened? It allow you to become more matured with the pattern you develop. And at the same time, that maturity will bring the certain kind of wisdom. So another thing is the power of distraction. So it's a certain kind of strength that you can drop things, you can get out of things, you can resist things, you can say no to things, and you can challenge to the deeper inner behavior. That like when you deeply sleep, and sometimes your body, your everything addicted to sleep, and you think, oh, I want to sleep, oh, I want to sleep more. But there is awareness deeply can challenge for that. No, this is enough. I want to get out of this. So that also certain kind of power that in you. So you have to understand this. This all is create kind of like a magnet inside you and accumulate and develop certain kind of thought patterns related to that nature. And creativity, maintenance, and the distraction, these all things is very necessary to survive. But the thing is, our purpose is not just to survive ourselves. Our purpose is using this all, transform and become more better person. When? Not tomorrow. Maybe by the time it will happen. But it doesn't work. That is not our purpose. There's a way right now you can gain the result. You can experience it. That is where you should focus. So, but at the same time, you have to remember using your life, using your mental energy, physical energy, that whatever you create, remember you can't get out of it suddenly. So you have to be wise. So don't create unnecessary things. Always look few times, do you need this? Do you need this? Try to develop the strength of backup rather than go into it. And in case if you find it to something profitable, and maintain it for a while. Maintain it for a while. Don't give up it. And that will help. The same ability that in you help you to uplift your character. And the distraction, and so whatever that if you recognize in profitable, if you recognize anything is not work for you, try to drop it. Don't take it with you. And then, because otherwise, if you don't do it, no one will do it for you. So you have to come to the point to understand it. And you have to come to the point to take a very conscious decision for your own life. Don't afraid for that. So if you develop this 3 mental powers for your conventional life, just as an ordinary person, you gain certain benefit and gradually, little by little, your life going to move forward. Because any machines, any theory built up according to the science came out of these three measurements. This meant these three powers: creation, maintenance, and distraction. Any machine, movable, any machine if you take, that is the mechanism happening. So, but our purpose is you have to apply it to your inner awareness. So the creation is this, that we are into physical mental habits and patterns. So that's why you need the creation. So when you recognize primary mental object, and when you decide yourself, take a conscious decision in the present moment to recognize your inhalation, exhalation, it brings the newness to you. It start to release that all the patterns that you carry through your samsaric journey, and suddenly bring this creative ability to yourself. So when you every day practice meditation, little by little, that newness or that creative ability become a profitable skill to yourself. That is what you need. Because when a situation comes, even in day-to-day life, if you can take it, handle it, and look into it without your previous experience and with very new mind, very fresh mind, and you will see sometimes it is totally different than you think. And that is a different way of mental science. But still, if you're capable to apply it, if you're capable to develop, practice it, you will recognize. So when it comes to the meditation, if I put it another way, we call it beginner's mind. So the beginner's mind itself is the power of creation, because you come to the beginning point. You come to the beginning point. Why you need to come to the beginning point? Because we hold it to patterns. And the second one is the maintenance. That means once you find out the primary mental object and try to increase the duration, let it grow and just learn to hold it a little bit. Why? Because we don't have that maintaining powers. We have always busy mind jumping here and there. Always we like to take a different way of perception. We go through different way of desires. We can't hold it to one thing. Today we think, oh, this is night, and tomorrow think, oh, this is not good, then you go to another one. So like that always. It's the mind is kind of like a wild monkey. So that's why once you have the primary mental object, stay there. That will develop the ability to have the tranquility state, which we call samadhi. So once you have that tranquility state, that you come to the moment of settle down. And then the distraction. When you are consciously have ability to distract your awareness, vipassana, like that take everything to parts and break it down to pieces and look what this is. And that is the power. You have to have a well discipline to do that. And anything that if you are capable to take it to little pieces, you recognize there is nothing. So these three mental powers, you can use it to outside, conventional life, but this is a way that you use it to your internal development. So because once you're capable to maintain these three things together, and your life becomes so powerful, it's kind of like a jet engine machine, and then it help your entire head to toes, entire body, whole nerve system, each and every atom start to work into the maximum level. And that is where you experience the energy. And that energy again and again will help your awareness. That's why in this journey, your awareness or your tranquility state never going to make you lethargic. It makes you awake, that awake with the energy, and at the same time, the awake with the recognition. Because to get into the truth, break down this, all the layers and recognize the truth and get into the bottom level of ground level of reality, you have to have the strength. Otherwise, you can't. So that's why how you can create that strength using your own mental abilities. So then remember yourself in a conventional life. If you use this, and it will maybe create the day by day your samsara, and at the same time, if you use that wisely, and you can use it to get out of the samsara. So the same thing, but the way we maintain it, the way we handle it, this is a nothing, is because it's like this, it's a simple method. So just imagine. So this pen, and as you know, if we move from here to right side, outward, from my side, if I turn it to outward, it go in and get tight. So see, the same hand, the same pen, and the same things. There's nothing we put inside to this. Only thing is the same energy, but we turn it, and we turn it to inward, not the outward. So when we turn it to inward, what happens? It start to get released. See, we don't do anything. We don't bring any other tools, or we don't, break this down. We don't, hate this. We don't try to, bite this. No, only the same energy. What we need to do, just change the direction. That's it. You don't need to fight with anything. You don't need to hate anything. You don't need to struggle with anything. Just, it's a little point of, change. That's it. The same energy, same strength, the same, tools, and nothing else. But when you go with the outward, it get tight, and if you go inward, it get released. That's it. That's the wisdom you have to get. So it is up to you then. You have to look the strength, the energy that you use, in which direction. Because if it is going the wrong direction, it get tight. So if you're capable to find the right direction, it's going to get loose. So this mind the same. Our desire, emotions, the feelings, the thoughts, the same. Same body, same mind, same energy. But your point of view is kind of like giving you a direction to which way you should go. So according to that, maybe you get tight, or maybe you're going to find the freedom. So through the meditation, through the awareness, it takes you to the point to recognize which way this energy flow, which way that our thoughts go, because the gravity, the relationship to that, cause and effect, how it create. Once you recognize that method, only thing is you know which way to turn, and then everything going to change. There is no way it going to hold if you change the direction. But at the same time, there is no way if you go outward, turning outward, it's going to get tight. It doesn't matter how much you pray. It doesn't matter how many people you know, no one can change it. It doesn't matter the person, even the president to just ordinary citizen, whoever, wherever. It doesn't matter, mention to the homeless person. It doesn't matter. That mechanism not going to change. If you turn towards outward, it's going to get tight. So like that, with your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, if you look into outside world and always go with the outside world, you're going to get tight. And at the same way, same thing, if you turn into inward, there's no way that no one can hold you. You're going to release. That is the mechanism of vipassana. So then remember yourself that all your creativity, the power of maintaining, the power of distraction, it has a deeper relationship to the karma or the cause and effect or the causation. So then understand the method. So yourself, when you do things, always look into the direction. Only thing you have to do, just change the direction, and whole result going to change. So with that, let's get into practice a little bit. So your right palm on your left and neck head straight in one line, and be comfortable with your posture. So bring your attention to your body and scan head to toes 3 times yourself and say Supatveva, or may I be well and happy. 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable. May my breath be more smooth. May no difficulties come to me. May all the success come to me. Also think for a moment, this is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime, and detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalations and exhalations. So in the beginning, deeply and gently, breathe out 3 times and find the sensation, please. And allow your inhalations, exhalations happen itself. And when it happens through the sensation, recognize it. Do nothing extra. Bring attention to your body, please. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also, as far as you can, through galaxies, other planets, or stars. Reminding yourself like this. With clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe. And may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart. Forward. Visualize yourself and send it as a light. To your backside. To your left side. And to your right side. Downward. And upward. To all 6 directions at once, like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy, without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it, with the maximum effort to the highest. Wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So first of all, we offer this practice to the great qualities of the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha, and also by the power of this meritorious deed, may all of us attain to the supreme bliss of Nibbana. May all your guardian angels and deities will receive these merits and increase their longevity and protect all of you from any kind of planetary influences or any ill effects. Ittavata cha ammi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe deva numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe bhuta numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe satta numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Imaya dhammanu dhamma patipattiya buddham pujemi dhammam pujemi sangham pujemi. Addaya imaya patipattiya jati jara vyadhi maranam ha paribunjisami. Idamme punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu sabba dukkha pamunchatu. Bless you.